Welcome to Man About Danville with Logan H. Gurman, a podcast for Danville, Kentucky and beyond. Conversations with friends, and you get to listen. Brought to you by the Logan Company, a commercial and residential real estate brokerage for Danville and Central Kentucky. 80% Danville-centric, 20% eccentric.
Hello, everyone. If you're listening in and thinking, wow, Man About Danville must be coming down with something because his voice sounds a few octaves higher, you have nothing to worry about. My name is Nancy Haddad, and I'm going to be taking over the Man About Danville podcast for just this episode. The truth is, Logan Gurman's secret is out. Ladies and gentlemen, he does get tired. So let's let Logan sit back and relax for an episode, and I'll take the mic for a few minutes. I'm here today with two of my best friends, Max Gurman and Annabelle Tarter. Max Gurman is Logan and Leela Gurman's son, who just graduated from Boyle County High School, along with Annabelle Tarter, the daughter of Keith and Jenny Tarter. Max, Annabelle, and I have a deep-rooted history as we all met each other long ago in kindergarten at Danville Christian Academy and have stayed best friends through it all. All right, well, let's jump right into getting to know more about Max and Annabelle. Since we just finished up high school and graduated this past May, Annabelle and Max, tell us what has been keeping you busy this summer and keeping the Sunday scaries away as college is just a few short weeks away. Max, you can start us off.
This summer, I accepted a role at Farmers National Bank where I'm working as an operations intern, which is basically helping the bank with day-to-day operations. I also keep myself busy by running. I'm working up to a 70-mile-per-week plan with Coach Owens for the cross-country team.
Wow, 70 miles per week?
Yes.
Wow, that is some dedication, guys.
I have also been doing some center track training, luckily not 70 miles a week, but that's been keeping me pretty busy. Also, we just registered for classes for center college in the fall. I've also been interning with my aunt in her pediatric office in Lexington, so that's been keeping me pretty busy. And also just been spending time with family and friends.
Yes, Annabelle just had a graduation party this past Friday. It was a good time. Always celebrating us graduating because somehow we all did it. Okay, anyway, guys. Max, since you put us on the topic of running, and Annabelle, you're also running, let's talk running. You all know I was always the fastest out of us three. However, I just didn't want to make
That's a lie.
I just didn't want to make the competition unfair for everyone else in college athletics, so I just didn't pick up my offer. That's why. So I wanted to ask what you all are both most excited for being a collegiate athlete, and what do you hope to get out of it since we all used to run in high school?
I think my favorite part about running in high school was the community and all the friends around it. And so I'm super excited about that with college and just to develop new relationships and also just to be competitive.
Yes, the same goes for me. I'm excited for the network of people I'll get to meet, have the team bond that I had in high school. Sad to leave those people behind, but they're in good hands and excited to broaden my horizons.
Do you think the team dynamic will be the same as it was in high school? Because I know you all were really close with your former track and cross-country teams, and I know it's hard to leave those teammates behind, but do you think that you'll carry on and make more friendships at center?
Yes, it'll definitely be a different team experience. We're working with a team that has a bigger budget than the high school team does, so more opportunities for us to get along as a team and to work together. And frankly, a bigger team than the cross-country team at high school, just more interest.
Even though tracks in the spring and also indoor is in the winter, we've still kind of started to have communication with like group chats and stuff like that. So I feel like communicating daily, we can already see how there's such a community already, even though the season hasn't even started yet.
So with that bigger budget comes more competition, right? So will you guys be traveling to different meets?
Definitely.
More than in high school?
Yes, we'll be traveling further away from meets. We're the Southern Atlantic, what's our conference? SAA?
I think so.
Yes.
I don't know what it stands for.
I believe also a Texas team also just joined our conference. So
Yes.
they've been talking about traveling there for different conference meets. But that may be, I believe that's in the 2025 season. So,
Well, with that longer travel for meets, does that make you all nervous with more workload in college and the balance between schoolwork and sport life?
I feel like Boyle's really prepared us for that because Boyle was no walk in the park with the course loads that we had. You guys took harder classes than I did, but I feel like I pushed myself as well. And we had heavy workloads. So the college workload will be different for sure. But I feel like Boyle put us in a good position for that.
I agree. I think we did very much challenge ourselves with these classes. So I feel like we are more well prepared for college. But I do think it will not be a walk in the park and it will be pretty difficult. But I think that Center does a great job about having those opportunities to balance athletic life and academic life.
Okay, well, to fill our listeners in, Max had the honor of being selected as the KHSAA Student Athlete of the Year for outdoor track and field. Let's give him a round of applause.
And of not just track and field, the whole state. Like out of all the sports.
Oh, the whole state.
Whole state.
So, Max, tell us what this honor means for you and your career as a runner and how this motivated you for the next level.
Definitely. So this was definitely a shock to me. We went there to receive the recognition for track and field, and they announced it was just for the entire state. So that was definitely a huge honor, and it was just good to have a recognition for work. But to me, it was kind of like a checkpoint. Like, congratulations, you got here. Now where can you keep working and pushing from? So it kind of was just like a medal, I suppose, of honor. And it held me to a higher standard, which meant I need to keep working and performing, doing well in school, doing well while running, taking care of myself so that I can just keep working harder.
I love that attitude, Max. I feel like you are ready to just keep going with your running career and there's no stopping.
If you knew Max, you would know he is the most humble human being out there, and you would not know he's training 70-hour weeks for running.
Miles.
Thanks, Nancy.
Let's just cut that out.
Thank you, Nancy.
Okay, next question because I'm just struggling. Annabelle. Annabelle had the honor of graduating at the top of Boyle County's class of 2024. Annabelle, tell us what this achievement means for you and your academic career.
I think it was something that was hard to achieve, but I had people, we were all at the top, me, Nancy, and Cannon. It was all something that we collaboratively did, and we all took the similar classes, and we all were on the same route. And I feel like just, again, having those people that push you academically to do your best, even when you catch senioritis and you don't want to do your calculus homework anymore, that they just keep you accountable and they keep you going. And so I feel like it was not my doing. It was especially you, Nancy, and the classmates around me that really kept me motivated to continue taking those hard classes.
Well, Annabelle was never really one to brag about, oh, I'm top of the class. Really, in the beginning of senior year, she was like, I could care less what it says on my transcript. And that's just another thing about Annabelle and how humble these two are. And I think that's really held together our friendship.
I agree. I do believe that it is just a number. And
because in reality, no one's going to come up to you in college and ask, oh, what was your high school rank?
Agreed.
Well, Max just said he would, so maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should ignore that. Okay, so last summer was quite the time for us three. Somehow our parents let us travel across the Atlantic. Max and Annabelle ran, of course, while I swam across. And we spent 10 days in Europe. Annabelle, tell us your favorite memory or funniest story from the trip, and then we'll have Max go.
I think my favorite experience, so we first went to France, and then we went to Germany, and then we went to Switzerland. I love when we went to Switzerland. We did a Switzerland experience in a restaurant where we learned the Swedish culture. No, Switzerland and Sweden are not the same thing.
Just say we learned the culture.
Yeah. Wait, what is Switzerland and Swedish? That's not the same thing.
It's different. Sweden. That's
Were we in
different.
Sweden or were we in Switzerland?
Switzerland. Annabelle.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Annabelle doesn't even know what country we were in. He's going to leave this in.
Cut that out.
Max is on his phone.
Okay.
I'm looking it up.
Oh, he's looking up what country we went to.
So Switzerland.
Obviously, it was a great time.
What are
none
they
of
called?
us.
The Swiss?
Swiss Alps. We went to the Swiss
Oh,
Alps.
so it's
Swiss culture. That's right.
Okay. Max keeps giving me a side eye. Okay. I think my favorite part of the trip was that we got to travel to 3 or 4 different countries, considering Lucerne. No.
Lucerne was in. Okay. So Lucerne was a country in a city. A city in Switzerland we went to. Guys, this is Boyle County's top of the class here, Annabelle Tarter.
No way he's leaving this in. Wait, where was the country that we went to? The smallest
Switzerland.
Country. Smallest country.
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein?
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein.
Yes.
Just say 4
I can
countries.
spell it.
Okay, so my favorite part was that we just got to experience like so many different countries and we got to go to 4 different countries. And I think my favorite part specifically was going to Switzerland. It was so beautiful and we got to go to this one restaurant where we learned about like the Swiss culture and we did so many fun traditional activities there and learned dances on the stage. And then following that, we took a train up to the Swiss Alps and just got to experience that, and it was so pretty and there was so many things you could just see, like felt like you could see all of Switzerland, and it was so much fun.
Okay, well, let's have Max go, and then I actually want to share maybe a negative part of the trip, but go on, Max.
I'm excited to hear that. My favorite memory for sure was when we went to the Louvre and we had a designated meeting time outside and my group showed up right on time, but Elijah Day Edwards,
who is
an English teacher at Boyle County High School, the 10th and 11th grade?
Yes.
English teacher, was too caught up looking at what he said was Egyptian tombs that he missed the timeline and then got lost. We're talking over an hour of waiting for this guy. We were starving. Everyone was hangry. We just wanted to go eat, cool down. It was blazing hot in Europe. And yeah, no, it was kind of annoying at the time. Their levels of fun, I don't know what level it would be exactly, but it was fun after the fact it was over, but during it was definitely a memory maker.
I would also love to thank Senora Heather Wheeler for being the other teacher, the Spanish teacher at Boyle County High School, for also going on this trip with us and always staying alongside of us, even though Eli Edwards dropped us, but she was so much fun and such a joy to be around.
Okay, well, before I actually say my negative, I do want to talk about a funny story that happened on the trip. Well, speaking of Senora Wheeler, so me and maybe 2 other girls were staying in the hotel room in Paris. We all had different rooms. And so on the last night, we were there with a tour agency and they were or travel agency. And they were okay, make sure you have your stuff ready, make sure you get your passports. And they were very strict on the safety since Paris is a big pickpocketing location in Europe. And so on that last night, they're yeah, make sure you pack your passports, your suitcases. So me and my friend Andy Glasscock, who also just graduated from Boyle County High School, we went into the hotel room to pack up our stuff, and we go into our safe to get our passports, and the safe actually is not opening. So Andy was oh, what did you make the password? And it's I for sure knew I made the password a certain combination. And we tried it over and over, and we're oh no, they're stuck. Our passports are stuck in the safe. Well, we're oh, it's no big deal. No big deal. We'll just call Mr. Edwards and he'll help us out. So we call Mr. Edwards and he's what? And we're we have a problem with our safe. Can you come help us? He's yeah, we'll just take care of it in the morning. So me and Andy are freaking out that we're going to be, stranded in Paris, but we actually called Senora Wheeler and she came and saved the day, brought the hotel managers and service, and they broke open the safe. And it actually just turns out you had to push the safe in and then put the combination. So anyway, I want to share one of my negatives of the trip. What is up with paying for the bathroom in Europe? And you have to pay for a shot of espresso before you go. So it actually just makes you go to the bathroom more. And it's just a scam.
It worked out well for me. I love espresso.
I personally hate coffee, so it wasn't very fun for me. So I had to pay for a soda that was a lot more expensive, but at least I would drink it. So
Okay, well, I think we can all agree on the fact that so we went on this tour and it was this trip and it was just kind of led by our high school, but we went with the travel agency to go on this tour in Europe. Like this one agency took us to 3 different countries. And after a long day of touring in Europe, one thing that you're really excited for is the food. Unfortunately, the food provided by this tour service was very underwhelming. And I would say Annabelle used to be a very picky eater, and she tried more things than me. And some of the food, though, it was just a lot.
one thing about me is if I don't eat, I'm going to get hangry and I'm not going to be fun to be around. So if there was food on the table, I was going to eat it, regardless of how odd looking it was.
Max, do you have any comment?
I don't. I enjoyed all the food. I know that you guys went to Hard Rock Cafe one night.
Oh, we did.
We
You had a
did.
taste of America.
We had to have that taste of America. We were too far gone.
I had noodles.
I had a burger.
I think what held Ken and I over was when we were in Germany, we would go to a Burger King every night.
Since we're on the topic of traveling, do either of you plan on traveling abroad during college? Center has an amazing study abroad program, so maybe tell us a little bit about Center Term and all the opportunities to travel abroad and study in a new location.
That is definitely a huge reason that I chose Center because of how awesome their study abroad is, specifically with their Center Term. So I feel like I would be uncomfortable going to study abroad for a whole semester, but with their Center Term that's only 3 weeks, you can go to a country for only 3 weeks and have a class there and just be able to have all that time but not have to have your whole semester filled up. And specifically with with Max doing cross country and track and me doing track, we have that time at Center Term and also in this summer to really go travel. I think I'm really interested in either definitely going to Europe, and I would love to go to Greece or Italy or even Spain. If I choose to keep a minor in Spanish, I would love to take a Spanish class over there. Also, when they did a tour, they mentioned something about Lake Tahoe that I feel like Max would really like. You go there during Center Term and you do a class and you do like all this camping and this hiking and like whitewater rafting there.
But Lake Tahoe's in California, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like study abroad. Okay.
So they even still have options in the States, which I feel like is so great. And specifically that they're still taught by Center professors. It's not like with the group with a different college. So you know that you are getting that quality education still, however far you are.
Center plug.
Love Center.
Max?
I don't have anything to add.
Okay. Well, I was going to jump into the next question. So Annabelle kind of talked about, she would like to travel to Europe, maybe Greece, Spain. I don't remember.
Italy.
And Italy. Okay. So I was going to ask if you could go anywhere in the world to study abroad, where would you go and why? Annabelle, maybe tell us more why, especially Greece. You seemed excited about that, or Spain.
I think I talked about with Spain is I would love. It's one thing to learn Spanish, but to be in a Spanish-speaking country, I feel like that would really excel the Spanish and just make you appreciate the culture around it. So I feel like that would be really interesting. And I also would love to go to Greece simply because of how beautiful it is and all the things to do. And that would just be something that I would be interested in just because of the beauty in it.
Which I actually just traveled to Spain this past summer. It was really beautiful.
Last summer was the first time even for me going to Europe. So I'm excited to go back with Center.
I would like to go somewhere probably other than Europe. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't looked into it very much. With the team, I just don't know how much free time I'm going to have. I know that they're they work very well with people who want to do abroad by redshirting them so they have the eligibility left. And I'm just still going to keep my options open.
I feel like you'll have some time in the summer where they also do just like 3-week classes too in the summer. So
Yes, like Ben Reynolds.
oh, is he doing that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he went to Malaysia for a while, and now he's backpacking in Oh, I don't know where. He's gone for like 3 weeks though, backpacking.
Oh, wow. I thought he just got
Comment
back.
down below if you know where Ben Reynolds backpacked.
Ben Reynolds shout.
Ben Reynolds, if it wasn't clear, goes to Center, and he was also a graduate of Boyle County High School.
Ben Reynolds is the reason why I'm going to Center.
One thing I want to actually talk about is that Annabelle was saying she was interested in studying abroad, maybe like some Spanish classes in Spain, which I think we have a really awesome background of Spanish from Boyle County, from Senor Wheeler. Like, compared to other schools, I know that Senor Wheeler just always wants to engage her students, and I just feel like we have a really strong background.
I completely agree. Nancy, I have a question that just popped up for me. So me and Max we have all three gone to school together since kindergarten, and me and Max have gone to school together since preschool. How are you feeling about going to UK and not being with me and Max and Cannon and some of the other friends that we've made that are like on the Center train? How do you think it'll be different academically and just socially?
Yeah, so, well, we all three, and including Cannon Bostic, we have all gone to school basically our whole lives together. And I'm not going to lie, at your all's Center signing, I was upset because I was like, wow, that, it actually sounds really fun and I could go and like join them. But I was like, honestly, I feel like there are other opportunities for me at UK, especially with having my sister there, Christine, and all my cousins. And I'm actually really excited because I feel like I do know a good community up there and I can just build other friendships too, but still stay in touch, of course. But yeah, it's also really close. So, I mean, it's going to be like a 40-minute drive for me to come back.
Yeah, me and Max are going to be up there for Catter Days.
Day. Oh, yes. Oh, also, I'm also going to UK for the sole fact that I have to take Max to a sorority date party with me for one of my friends. So, Logan told me to insert that.
So what are you going to study at UK?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we can go around and say that. So I'm biology this fall at UK, and I'm pre-dental. So I'm like shadowing this summer, just keeping my options open. And yeah, Annabelle, what are you majoring in?
So I don't really know my major yet. Center has a lot of options, and I plan on deciding probably my sophomore year, but I'm looking at their behavioral neuroscience major and their biochemistry and molecular biology. But I definitely want to go the pre-med track. It has a lot of opportunities, but I'm also, like Nancy said, I'm just keeping my options open because there's so many career paths to go from that. So
definitely. And I'm planning on studying computer science. I don't know where I'll go after that, but just it's a good degree to go into, especially right now with the launch of all these AIs and computers as it continues to advance.
Are you all going to Rush in the fall? Oh, actually, Center does it in the spring.
Yeah, they do Spring Rush, which I feel like it honestly makes it easier because I feel like I'm not having to worry about Rush right now, but I feel like I have time to make some friends in the fall, and then once I settle in, be ready to rush. So.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be locked in. Mine is actually the first 2 weekends of September, so I just gotta be myself and be ready to sweat because it's going to be really hot outside.
I think you'll be great. Max, do you think you'll rush?
I do not think so at this time.
I feel like since you're doing both cross country and track, you're gonna have like such a good community already.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Annabelle, you're also going to be on the track team, so I can see that being very busy. But okay, so all right, let's discuss some family questions. Max and Annabelle always seem like they've got something going on. Annabelle, your sister Becca just got married, so tell us a little bit about her special day.
So my sister got married June 1st of this year. She actually got married to a Danville local boy, Josh Joyner, who he's actually just become an orthopedic surgeon. So it's actually Dr. Josh Joyner. And he's a great guy. The wedding was so much fun. It didn't go as expected because the forecast was clear and it happened to pour the 30 minutes of the ceremony. So being up there was a little bit cold, but my sister has the best attitude of anybody I ever know. And she had the best attitude and had the best time. And it was such a joy-filled day. And I just love those two so much. And they loved it.
Which is kind of like ironic that it rained on both the day Josh proposed to Becca and during the wedding.
Exactly. It's just, hey, rain is good luck. It's good luck for marriages.
Is it really?
Yep. But they're now living in Lexington, and Josh has just started his residency at UK.
Max, your not so little anymore sister, Adeline, is heading to high school here in about a month. And I could imagine Adeline might be listening to this podcast once it's posted, since her favorite ex-babysitters are on the show this week.
We were the best babysitters.
We babysat once, and
it was a wonderful time.
Adeline did not ask us to come back, but
Neither
no,
did my
I'm
parents.
just no. Logan loves us, and so does Leela.
Right?
Logan, can you confirm? If he cuts it out, I guess we know. But all right, so Max, share some piece of advice you could give Adeline for her high school experience, and maybe frame it around, if you could go back and do something differently, what would you do? This can be as funny or as serious as you want it to be, like don't take calculus, or you can give her some genuine piece of advice. Or maybe take calculus. You know what? We all survived calculus, and we all did really well.
My opinion is, if she doesn't want to get caught up in the APs or the hard classes, not to push herself too hard, to enjoy her high school career, take classes she'll think she'll be interested in pursuing in college, keeping her horizons open and not getting locked in on any one thing, and just exploring her opportunities, playing the sport that she didn't think she wanted to play, quitting the sport she doesn't want to play, and just learning what she wants to do when she gets out of high school.
What sports are Adeline playing?
Currently, she's doing tennis for sure. We're on the fence about some other ones.
Could she be joining the Boyle County swim team?
Crystal, I'm afraid I don't think Adeline is swimming.
How about cross country or track?
I'm not
Running
sure.
is in the blood.
I'm not sure how she feels about doing those sports.
Actually, let's have Annabelle share a piece of advice for Adeline.
I feel like Adeline, I've taken her home from like church and different activities. And Adeline, I feel like, is a very social girl. And I feel like just to keep that up, it's so fun to just socialize with as many people as you can, get close with teachers, and just really go to sporting events and go and just put yourself out there. And I feel like she does a good job of that already. So she'll have no trouble in high school.
I actually really love seeing Adeline grow up over the years. I feel like every time I see her, it's like she's literally grown up a whole nother year. And I'm like, whoa, what grade are you in? And she's like, I'm going to be a freshman. I'm like, there's no way. Because we were just babysitting her at Max's house just a few short years ago.
What's your advice to Adeline for high school?
Okay, so I'm going to give maybe a little bit different of advice than Max. I would say, I feel like it's okay to push yourself in high school as long as you have a good social and academic life balance. Like, for sure. I mean, you need to. So like for me, I struggled a lot. I feel like in the beginning of like going out to basketball games on a weekday or like going to football games. And I just like, I always wanted to go, but I was always stressed like, oh, I need to go do this. I need to go do that. But really, senior year is a time where you figure out like, or even junior year, you figure out you have a lot more time than you think. And it goes by also fast. So I would really recommend to push yourself so that you're getting a lot out of school, but also push yourself socially so that you're going out with more people, you're making new relationships, and that really does go a long way for you.
Nancy's people at CCD loved her.
Oh my gosh.
I know, Miss Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy. Okay, let's
next.
lock back in.
Okay, so since we're on the topic of sharing advice and looking ahead at the future, what are 3 goals you all have in mind going into your 4 years of undergrad? These do not have to be set in stone, like at all. Just maybe something you've thought about recently.
Number 1, secure a baddie.
Max, what does that mean?
A hot girlfriend.
Okay, Max, we love that energy.
Wow, that was very confident. I was not expecting that. Okay, Annabelle.
Number
Max,
2.
I feel like Center has a great pool. You can do it.
Okay, wait, let's go. I like this. Go back and forth. So Max said one, Annabelle back. Come on.
Okay.
You got to match that
I'll
energy.
go on it. Oh, do I have to max the energy?
Yes, max the energy.
I'm not securing a baddie because I have a wonderful boyfriend who's also going to Center myself. Shout out to Jackson Wise. But I'd say my one goal is to have a social life. Have a social life even with academics. So yeah,
And with track.
secure baddie friends, basically.
Oh, that was good. Okay, Max, you're next. Second.
My second one is to network myself, advertise myself, be able to have a career when I get out of college.
That was really good. Okay, Annabelle, how do you match that?
I think I'm also matching that with I want to make sure I'm prepared because as I want to go to the pre-med route, I want to be prepared to get into medical school and also be able to do well in medical school. So just kind of preparing for that and pushing myself academically.
It's going to be hard to match the energy on this third one.
You got it.
Yeah, the first one, I mean, really just took us all out. I was like, wow.
I love that energy.
I love that energy, Max.
Number 3 is just push myself in classes, make sure I get the most out of the education, learn skills that can be applicable in all realms of the job, which is what I think a liberal arts school is going to be really good for.
Which I think us three, Max, I like that you said push yourself and get the most out of school, because I think us three, we really did work really hard our senior year. We all suffered through AP Physics together, which we actually didn't suffer though. We really liked it because our
So much fun.
our teacher, Mr. Staggs, made it so fun and so enjoyable. I would take the class again. It was, I'm
Stags, you weren't going into a classroom. You were going into Stags' room.
You were going
That's
to
the-
Stags.
that's- That's the reputation that this guy had.
I would ask Annabelle, or Annabelle would say, what are we doing in Staggs today?
Stags.
That was
today.
the class.
Not
It wasn't
It was
physics.
Stags.
What are we doing in Staggs today?
And it wasn't what happened in calc class. It was what happened in Stags.
You said calc, not physics.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Calc had a reputation for being a class.
Oh,
Stags just had
Oh,
the
yes, yes,
reputation
yes,
of
yes, yes.
being Stags.
Yeah. It's like English class versus Staggs class. I get it.
okay. Back on topic. My third goal is I feel like I want to I want to push myself out of my comfort zone, whether that kind of like taking hard classes, but also like taking advantage of the study abroad and taking new classes that I probably wouldn't take that aren't just on my major path, but something just for fun and just to, maybe even try a semester abroad, switch it up. So yeah. Take the advantage of the opportunities given at center.
What are your 3 goals, Nancy?
Oh gosh, why did we not funnel me into the little back and forth?
We should have. Nancy,
Because you're
do
the
quick.
host.
Do
I know.
quick
I'm
little
trying.
3
I'm
goals.
trying. I'm thinking. Get recruited for the UK swim team. I'm just kidding.
I like the energy.
Okay, thank you. Let me think. I think, okay, so I'm gonna rush in the fall, and I think I'd really want to just be involved with my sorority. Like I want to be participating in all the events, going to all the volunteer events and opportunities. I don't want to just be someone who's in a sorority just to say I'm in it. I want to like actually get something out of it. Because I feel like a lot of people just rush and join a sorority just to say like, oh yes, I am in one, just to make friends. But I actually really want to be like part of it as a community. Annabelle's making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of her. Next goal, Nancy.
Okay, Annabelle. My next goal would be to find a new best friend.
Guys, that's actually been my worst fear is that Nancy's going to go to UK and get a new best friend. And I guess my best friend will be Max.
Well,
Max is shaking his head no.
Jackson's.
Yeah, Annabelle, what are you going to do when I come home with a new best friend?
Okay, next. Continue, Nancy, with your second goal.
My third goal. No, that was my second goal.
Oh, okay. She's taking it and running with it. Third goal, Nancy.
My third goal would be
To laugh often.
oh my gosh.
I think Nancy's third goal is to start a podcast. Nancy, would you do a podcast with me?
I would. I actually did a GSP podcast last summer at the Governor's Scholars.
Guys, comment down
Actually,
below
you
if
can.
you enjoyed this. Wait, I'll say that after. Cancel
Yeah.
out.
Cancel. Cut.
UK's
Cut.
basement has a media department where they provide you
I
with
know.
microphones.
Oh, wait. Oh, UK. Something about Murray. Sorry.
No, UK, like in the basement of their library, has like a media area.
Guys, comment down below if you would watch my podcast. That's
See-
my third one. I'm going to start a podcast.
You can make a podcast with your new best friend.
Let's say it at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll keep it.
Okay. Well, those were obviously not serious goals, but we're going to move on. Like Annabelle, you're still going to be my best friend.
That was so sweet.
Don't cry.
Annabelle is crying. She's off screen.
That was the tear that hit the thing.
How is that good? Okay.
Teardrops on microphone.
Max, sing your favorite song to run to. Do you listen to music when you run?
I don't listen to music.
Oh, wow.
Wow, you're just stuck with your thoughts? How do you do that?
I listen to the birds.
Oh, I love that. We have a great bird community here on Urban Road.
What?
We do. I love the birds. What's your favorite? Mine's Whipplewhirl.
Do you name them? Is that a breed?
Not a breed, it's a type of bird.
Breed is the same thing.
The ones that chirp at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, by the way,
Max.
you all, let's talk about Max's morning routine. Max wakes up at 5 a.m. to watch TikTok before school.
Max, give us your morning routine like on a typical school day.
Okay, so my morning routine consists of during school waking up at 6 a.m.
Max, get closer to the mic.
Waking up at 6 a.m., taking a shower, then getting ready for school. And since I'm getting ready really fast, I have like 45 minutes of downtime where I would watch TikTok and
You would
pack
just
my
scroll.
lunch. I'd scroll, pack my lunch, leave my house at 6:50 to get to school, get to school at 7:05. And you know what I would do from 7:05 to 7:35?
Sit in your car.
And watch TikTok.
Wow, really? I always wondered why you were there so early.
Wait, how did you not get kicked out of your car by Coach Britt?
The doors don't open till 7:35, so I couldn't get kicked out of my car until the doors were open.
Okay.
And then we would just hide. And Aaron Evans and I would usually go to 5-Star.
Max, I have another question for you. So you have a habit of drinking a lot of energy drinks. What would you recommend? Like, what is your favorite one?
Well, I feel like I actually have not seen Max drinking energy drinks.
It's
lately.
because we haven't seen Max. in
That
a
is
little bit.
true. That is true. Are you still on like an insane amount of caffeine?
No, typically one a day.
Oh, what is your favorite?
So the one that I like, I don't drink very often because I want to keep it my favorite. It's a Rain white gummy bear.
Interesting. I've had the Rain like strawberry lemonade, and I feel like it tastes like a Starburst.
Annabelle really likes Alani. I
don't really like Alani that much. It's just the only energy drink that I will drink if I need caffeine.
I hate energy drinks. I don't like how it makes me feel. It makes me feel very jittery, and I don't like that feeling.
So-
but I drink coffee.
So recently I ordered a pack of 15 Ultra Black Monsters off of Amazon.
What is
Those are-
Ultra Black?
It's more of a cherry flavored monster. They're really hard to come by. Probably for a reason. Haven't figured out that reason, but they're not sold retail anymore.
Oh, are they like really
no.
bad for you?
So this is like black market.
I would assume I would assume so. There must be something in it.
Can I have one?
I drank them all.
Oh my. Okay. Well, he's the one buying all the ones off the black market. If you were looking for the, what is it?
Ultra Black.
Ultra Black Monster, Max Gurman is your seller. Anyways, we're getting really off topic. I'd say let's jump back a few years. Annabelle and Max, what would you say is your most favorite memory we all have together from our days in elementary school at DCA?
My favorite memory of Max that I like
no.
specifically think about Max is
Let's not say a name.
No, I would never. Many of you may not know this, but Max on the bus to PE, we would take a bus to do PE because DCA didn't have
PE is
a gym.
physical education. I don't know if they still do. They call that?
Yeah, they call it PE.
Oh, did we call it that?
Yeah,
in middle school. I didn't know.
And they didn't have a gymnasium at the time, so we drove to a church. But rumor, we don't know if it's true. Max may confirm or deny, but Max apparently got kissed in second grade.
No,
on the mouth.
it was like first grade.
Okay, well, same thing.
I
On the
mean-
mouth in the bus. How scandalous.
Yeah, Max, do you have any comment about that? I know Max was very uncomfortable at the time, but I think it's a core memory from everyone in elementary school.
Or my favorite is, you all may not know this, but for a day in kindergarten, Max and Nancy were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay, Max, do
Swear.
you not remember that?
I remember that.
Max would actually hold my hand and take me around the cafeteria screaming, "Nancy's my girlfriend," and I would cry because I did not want that to be the case.
That part might be true.
Love you, Max.
Max, what is your favorite memory?
My favorite memory has to be in 4th grade when
A certain someone.
a certain someone,
I have no clue where the story's going.
it was about like maybe
Oh my God.
10 minutes before we were supposed to leave for
Yep.
the day. Well, this person comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I bet that I can't pull my backpack tag out of this, or I bet I can pull my backpack tag out of this hole in a cabinet." And you know how 4th graders are? They're like, "Yeah, I double dog dare you."
Yeah, do it.
So the kid did this, and he pulled the cabinet on top of himself
And another one.
student, and it made the loudest bang. And I think about 3 seniors sprinted down the hall, came in the classroom, and it took like 3 people to get this cabinet off of
Wait,
these
was
2
the
people.
guy like, was he under the cabinet? Like it fell on him?
Yes.
I believe,
Oh,
and I
wow.
believe he didn't come back to school for like a week or 2.
Yes, he got
Really?
Yep.
he
Oh,
got in
I did
some
not remember the
big
detail
trouble.
of this.
Yeah, he got in big trouble. Our certain teacher who I loved, she was angry.
Miss Gaines?
Yeah, you can plug her.
Okay. I love Miss Gaines.
Miss Gaines was one of the best teachers I've ever had.
She sent us a very sweet message before we graduated.
I
She's
know.
been keeping in the loop with us, so that was very nice of her. If she listens to this,
I don't know what my favorite memory was. There were a lot of good ones. Oh, this is not like favorite. This is definitely embarrassing. I don't know if
Just
I want to
say it.
share it.
Is it you throwing up apple?
Yes. How did you know? So guys, choking on your food and laughing, that is not a joke. So disclaimer, this is not funny, but like it now is. So we were in the cafeteria, all eating our lunch, and I think it was like Annabelle that made me laugh, and I was eating an apple, and I can't even remember the story that well because it was so long ago.
Basically,
I inhaled an apple slice, and my friend Braxton Heck, I hope she watches this. This is a really good memory. Came up and did the Heimlich on me. Was it the Heimlich?
no, she just smacked on her
She
back.
just
a
smacked me on
couple
the back,
times.
and I threw up all over the table.
Okay.
Definitely not my favorite.
I have another memory.
Okay, Max.
You got it?
3rd grade, I think it was, I'm not going to name drop, but this girl found a Kit Kat on the ground, and she was like, "Ooh, a Kit Kat, after lunch snack." And I was very upset at the time, and she knew I was jealous, so she offered it to someone else in class. Well, what goes around comes around. We were taking a test, I believe, and she stood up and threw up all over the wall.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
So
no,
did the other student.
I did not know that's how the story started.
So the Kit Kat must have been like,
Oh,
moldy
yes.
or something.
I remember she happened to throw up right near me, actually. And I believe I got a little bit of SpaghettiOs on me.
Okay, that's too much.
Yes, it was all over the walls and the floor. It was quite the stereotypical that
Elementary
second grader
school,
throwing
yeah.
up during
Yeah.
the test situation.
yeah.
I mean, it was something.
The smell of Clorox. Nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Bleach on the floor.
Nancy, why don't you move us on to the next question?
All right. So this is actually one of my favorite questions, and it happens to be the last one. So you all really make sure you pour your heart and soul in this. All right. Danville is always expanding and getting some pretty awesome local and chain restaurants. And what better way to try new places than with your significant other? Max and Annabelle, where would you say is the best place to take your crush on a first date in Danville? I'll give you all a minute to think about it, especially because we get both the male and female perspective on this. But I think Max should start us off.
I would love to start us off.
Okay,
actually.
Annabelle's gonna start us
I'm
off.
going to go on.
Very confident.
I feel like one of my favorite places is Copper and Oak. It's a little bit, not really on the fancy side, but it is a nice restaurant. So I feel like if you want to set the standard high, take them to Copper and Oak, get yourself a little hot honey chicken, and then go to Baskin Robbins after.
Yeah, you can also like plan it like, oh, what's like the best ideal date in Danville? So you can do dessert
well,
too.
I didn't know we were okay.
You can do date.
I may do another one. I'm gonna say I love the Community Art Center has a little shop near it where you can paint pottery. And I love painting pottery. I think it gives you so much time to talk. And you could also get ice cream after. I love ice cream, if you can't tell.
Wait, I want to like Actually, I'll have Max go and then I'll share mine. I think mine's gonna win, but I'm scared Max is gonna say it. But wait, no, I want to go on.
Okay.
Guys, nothing beats a good date, a good time at Mi Pueblo number 2. Specifically the second location where the music is blasting and you can barely hear the other person. So it's never awkward. Mm-hmm. And if I don't even need the menu, the Danville special will always be ordered.
It's also called, it's the Mi Pueblo special.
Oh, is it really? Oh,
yep.
I'm sorry. Mi Pueblo says. Mi Pueblo special. It's so my bad. And you don't even need the menu. Like, you don't have to raise, like, you don't even raise your hand. You don't have to be awkwardly looking at the menu. But if you're nervous, all you got to do is just pretend to sift through the menu. But you already know what you want. Like, I just feel like it's a really good option. And the chips, the salsa are impeccable.
And I believe on Thursdays, you can go and do some karaoke.
Oh, if you want to do a little, sing. If things are going well, for sure, hop on the stage and do a little sing. That's at the first location.
I think me and Nancy should stop talking, and I think it's Max's turn.
I think everyone wants to know what Max's ideal date is in Danville.
For his center baddie.
For the center baddie. And you know what? Maybe she's listening to this. So if you're listening in, just know if Max asks you on a date, it's going to be here. If not, things are probably not going to go well.
So we're going to start our first date off with a quick trip to my favorite place in Danville.
The gas station for energy drinks. Double black cherry. Okay.
The Speedway gas station, so that we can start our date off. Speedway in downtown Danville to start our evening off with some light appetizers.
What would some of those appetizers be, Max?
Their pizza's really good.
Pizzas. I was thinking like a slushie.
Ooh.
I was thinking like the taquitos?
Yes, those
they
are
have
some good
taquitos,
options.
yeah.
So start our evening off with some light appetizers. We're then going to make our way to the newly installed pickleball courts.
Oh, this is good. Max is cooking for the center baddie.
That way we can burn off some calories before our meal.
Period. We love
the athleticism.
Nutrition.
Then our next stop is going to be to Drake's.
Oh, okay.
Interesting take.
Okay, so, Drake's is a chain, but it is local for Kentucky, right? Are there other locations?
No, I believe so. Okay. I'm saying, but we're talking about Danville. Okay.
Oh, yeah, and I said local and chain, so that's okay.
Because for some reason, a lot of people that I've met really want the sushi from Drake's.
I agree. The sushi from Drake's is phenomenal.
I've never had it.
Should we go tonight?
Oh my gosh, let's go tonight. Wait. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Anyways.
Okay, so after the show, we're going to Drake's.
Okay, explain. What do you have after Drake's? Or no.
Quick stop to Finn's Ice Cream.
Ooh, this is a good answer, and I really, really like Finn's Ice Cream. I think it is a great addition for Danville because we have Baskin Robbins, which is good, but I think I always like to support local.
And
I also like to support local with Bud and Churros, which is very near me.
Ooh, that is a good one.
And then after Finn's, one last stop, night trip to Walmart.
Oh, wow. That is, that's like the stereotypical what do you do in a town where there's nothing to do is the Walmart trip. But like, what does the Walmart trip consist of, Max?
The Walmart trip consists
Is it like strolling with your hands, holding hands?
You really can't have a goal at Walmart at night.
I agree.
Walmart is an interesting place at night.
I like looking at the Legos.
You just have to walk around and figure out what to do next.
Okay, so if you're that lucky girl from Center,
or even if you're just listening to this and you feel like that sounds like an ideal date,
Max,
plug your Instagram.
All right, let me make sure.
If that just sounds like an exquisite date for you.
Max.Gurman01 on Instagram.
Wait, say it again slower.
Max.Gurman01 on Instagram.
Hit him up, ladies.
He also has Snapchat, but you can slide into the DMs for that.
Do the DMs.
Yes, I don't want to give it out and have some creepy old man snapping me.
Oh, okay. Well,
next question.
That was actually all. So wait, if you all want to like just talk and like maybe if you all want to come up with a question for me.
Tell us what you did this summer. The program you did before you went to Spain.
Oh, this is good, Max. Okay, so I got accepted to it's UK's College of Medicine PEP Scholars Program. So it's like basically a program that prepares you and like introduces you to medicine, and it dove into dentistry and pharmacy a little bit. And they bring in it's like 5 days at UK. You stay at the Lewis Honors dorms, which are really nice, very beautiful, highly recommend. And they bring in different doctors, dentists, and pharmacists, nurses even, and they just do an overview from each person and basically their advice to you going into medicine or the fields. And we also just did a lot of different activities. So our whole week was focused on studying diabetes. So we actually learned like it's called interprofessionalism and how different careers like medicine, dental, pharmacy, they all work together to solve one thing. So like those 3 fields are all involved in diabetes. And it was interesting just to learn like how you always just think, oh, well, the doctor is the one who will, take care of this case. But really, the doctor has to contact the pharmacist or the dentist if there's dental care that needs to be involved. And it is interesting just to see that like all professions have like a place in the healthcare. So yeah, we learned a lot about that. And I met a lot of good friends who are going to UK in the fall. And yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, we also had really fun nights where we would walk. We walked to downtown one night. Yeah. And we all got ice cream. It was just a good time. And I was really thankful for the opportunity.
Nancy, I have this question. Would you be down to have your own podcast? And like, could I be like a co-host? Could we do that together?
Oh, of course. I mean, we would have to put it past Logan though, because we're right now working for him.
Yeah, we are.
Unpaid.
So actually,
interns.
If you watch this, please comment down below if you think me and Nancy should start a podcast. And maybe if you think so, give us some topics to talk about. Max, would you also like to join?
Not my cup of tea.
Okay.
I actually really enjoyed this, but I would like to get like more like personal questions are funny. I feel like they just are.
I think so too,
but not for Logan's podcast.
I think maybe we would have to like move away and do it so people like don't know us.
What?
Yeah,
Logan, I am so sorry. Logan's never gonna want to take a vacation again because he has to do all this editing. Max is choking right now.
Logan. I can't wait to see what he keeps and what he does not. Like, I'm so excited.
Scared.
I know. Because what if it's like me doing ASMR and he keeps
what if he just has to throw out the entire episode?
Well, like, I'm scared that Max was not close enough to the mic the whole time.
No, you can pick it. He can turn his stuff up. Max, will you actually give me a snack? I want to do it.
What do you want?
Anything.
Something crunchy. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us. I've actually had the best time and I definitely want to do this again.
For sure. It was really nice just to have you guys. And I'm just honored to be picked as Logan's host for the week.
Absolutely.
Over his own son.
Max, is this your first time being on Man About Danville podcast?
No, it's my second time.
Oh, when was your first?
When the Northern Irish people came over.
Oh,
we did
gotcha.
a quick episode there.
Oh,
interesting.
fun.
I love to hear that.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to this episode. It was such a joy to be able to talk with Annabelle and Max today. And yeah, I think I'll send it over to Logan to do a little official outro, but he's probably asleep because he's on his vacation.
If you liked this episode, let us know. Give us that feedback.
Yeah, please comment down below if that's possible. Can you
like? Yeah, it's on YouTube. Like and share to your friends. Actually, it's not on YouTube. It's on podcast.
It's on podcast.
It's on YouTube as well. And all the baddies remember max.garman01 on Instagram.
Okay, that's a wrap.
Okay, bye.
That's it. We're out. Thanks so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Subscribe to Man About Danville wherever you access your favorite podcasts. And be sure to tell your friends about us. You've been listening to Man About Danville with Logan H. Gurman, brought to you by the Logan Company, a commercial and residential real estate brokerage for Danville and Central Kentucky. Know someone who would be a good guest? Want to be a guest yourself? Have an idea for the show? Get in touch with us. Find all our contact information on the web at manaboutdanville.com. Thanks for joining us.